I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks that drives a girl wild. I've got the move. I sense you up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy.
Yeah.
I'm not your boy toy.
You gotta take yourself to higher ground. You wanna be there when the shit goes down. You wanna see, you wanna be there on a Saturday night. And we're gonna do it right. High five. High five. High five.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Saturday Night 5. Not gonna lie, this hat's a little tight on me. Doesn't fit my fat head like it used to. But in this episode, as you can see, we're talking all things my favorite wrestler of all time, Shawn Michaels. Vintage hat. Anyways, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And this is my top 5 favorite Shawn Michaels matches that he won. Why that he won? Because eventually we're going to have another list, not this year, but down the line, we could have another list where 5 favorite Shawn Michaels matches that he lost. But why am I doing this in the first place? Because this coming week is Shawn Michaels. Guys, hold on a second. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, turns 60 years old this year. Mind blown. Holy Jesus. 60 years old. That is insane. But, nevertheless, these are my 5 favorite Shawn Michaels matches, like I said, that he won. I will include a few honorable mentions as well. But nevertheless, let's start with number 5. Shout out to my buddy Matthew Bach for the artwork that you see behind me here. I have yet to hang it up. I want to hang it up. I will. But for right now, I just have it. At least I have it framed. But nevertheless, number 5. Only because I was there. Only because I was there. Number 5, WrestleMania 24 versus Ric Flair in the career-threatening match. I was there. This was my first ever WrestleMania. I was way up there in the cheap seats. But my God, the vibe surrounding this match, the energy in the crowd surrounding this match, the tension, the what was on the line in this match. Ric Flair's last match. I say that in quotes because, of course, that bastard didn't retire after the match and he ruined the whole thing. I mean, he retired from WWE, but then he went to TNA and screwed it all up. Nevertheless, I digress. Incredible match. In the end, the Heartbreak Kid came out on top, of course, ending Ric Flair's career in the process, or so we thought. But hell of a match. Now, granted, HBK kind of carried Flair during this match. You can tell. But my God, he put on a performance like none other. And it was epic to witness live. I think I've seen Shawn live before, but this match was probably my favorite match of his that I've seen live. I think the only other time, actually, I think I might have only seen him twice live. Now that I think about it, one was a house show when he was in a tag team match, and then the other is this match that I watched him wrestle live, rather I should say. But yeah, it was incredible, and definitely in my top 5 favorite Shawn Michaels matches. Number 4. So, number 4. A possible entry for the matches he's lost. WrestleMania 23 takes place. John Cena was Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels comes up so short in his quest to regain the WWE Championship, and he loses to John Cena. However, a few weeks later, they would have a WrestleMania rematch on Raw, April 23rd, 2007. Little did we know that this was going to be damn near almost an impromptu Iron Man match. Like, what? These two literally fought for over 56 minutes in what was, and the best, probably the greatest Raw match in the history of Raw that I've ever seen. Not only did it prove that Shawn Michaels still had it, but it also proved that John Cena can go in long matches. He can go toe to toe with the best of them. So this elevated both people, even though it was a non-title and it was for, it was Cena. It was great match, incredible match. I couldn't believe. I wasn't expecting this to go on as long as it did, and it was just the greatest things I've ever seen on Raw back then, and it was incredible. So, and now you got, today you got Cena on his farewell year, all these years later, as a champion. I mean, what a run, man! What a career Cena's had. But this isn't about Cena. This is about Shawn Michaels. And like I said, he came out on top in this one. And it was a fantastic main event match. It wasn't the main event. It was like, yeah, it was the last match of the night. So props to Michaels and Cena for this match. That wasn't so, that we didn't think was going to go an hour almost. It was so damn good. If you can, definitely go back and watch his matches. It was pretty damn good. Number 3. While their WrestleMania 10 match is another candidate for a match that might be on the list of matches that he's lost, it was the the SummerSlam 1995 rematch that I enjoyed. I'm talking about the ladder match between Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. Oh my God. I actually like this one a little better. The first one was okay. Yeah, the first one obviously was iconic. The WrestleMania 10 is iconic. But I enjoyed the rematch better because they're both technically faces. They weren't heels. They were both faces. And we had incredible back and forth. Plus, I like Shawn's tights in this one. I like the teal tights that he wore in this one. And in the end, it was for the Intercontinental title. And in the end, he retained his Intercontinental Championship in a hard-fought victory. A match that was actually longer than the original than the WrestleMania 10 match. And he beat Razor Ramon after he grabbed the title. If I remember correctly, I believe a second ladder was even put into this match because the first ladder was messed up. So, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that was this match, or not the first one. Yeah. So they definitely used the ladders to their advantage in this one, and making it my third favorite match of Shawn Michaels' in a history of matches. Number 2. All right. Well, Shawn, 1998, WrestleMania 14. Shawn's last match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. He would soon then leave after this. Some people thought he retired due to injuries and just, burnout and injuries, and he was done. People thought he was done. But then 4 years later, in 2002, SummerSlam 2002, Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in a non-sanctioned match. Shawn Michaels' return match to the WWE. And oh my God, the build-up, the setup, everything for this match was incredible. The match itself proved that Shawn Michaels is back. Was back, rather, I should say. And it was incredible. Definitely deserves to be the number 2 spot. You might know what the number 1 spot would go to, but if you're a wrestling fan, you should know. But incredible match. And it was like as if Shawn never left. It was as if Shawn never left. Maybe, hell, damn near he was better. Because then later that same year, in the first ever Elimination Chamber match, which I probably should have added on this list, but that might be in my top 10. But this is a top 5 show, so he would win the title later that year. So he was definitely back on track to being the GOAT, if you will. And it was this match that kicked it off. And this feud, this epic feud between him and his best friend Triple H, that would just spill over into the next few, into like the end of 2002 into 2003, with an incredible last man standing match and a Hell in a Cell match. It was all around amazing feud between these two. Happened, and definitely worth giving a watch. But before we get into my number 1, let's talk honorable mentions. First honorable mention: Shawn Michaels versus Mankind at Mind Games, In Your House Mind Games, 1996. It was the 10th annual In Your House. Took place in, I believe, September of 90. Yeah, no. Either September or October 96. I'll have to fix it in post to figure out which one. And it was, this was this match, believe it or not, that we saw a new side of Shawn Michaels. We saw how, You know, he would be usually the technical wrestler. He wouldn't be a brawler. Well, this was, I mean, after the previous, my number 2 match, you can tell he didn't, fight. But in this one, he could too. There was like one of the first times, the second time I should say, like a wrestler went to a table, with during this match, and just a lot of hardcore spots that really aren't supposed to be in this match. It wasn't a hardcore match. The reason being this is an honorable mention and not on my list is because it ended in disqualification with interference by Vader and Sid and Taker and all that. And so Shawn won by DQ. That's why he didn't win clean. Shawn won by DQ. And my other honorable mention is Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker in the first ever Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood 97. This is an honorable mention because while being a fantastic match and the first of its kind, Shawn had help from Kane to win. So again, he didn't win clean, hence why it's an honorable mention. But my number one favorite Shawn Michaels match is Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart Iron Man match. WrestleMania 12, 1996. The boyhood dream has come true for Shawn Michaels. That's right. That is right. This match was meant to go an hour, and it was whoever had the most falls won. Both Bret and Shawn fought a whole hour. No falls were accounted for. So there was a sudden death. And in that sudden death, three-ish minutes after that, into that sudden death, Shawn Michaels, with the sweet chin music, 1, 2, 3. And he became, for the first time ever, the new WWF champion. Probably my favorite gear of Shawn's. I just realized it's represented in this poster. I'll have to show you a close-up shot of this, Peter. This is pretty cool. This is like every title that he won within his time in the company. So, yeah, that is why Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler. I mean, if he's definitely my all-time favorite. Actually got the pleasure of meeting Shawn. I mentioned, I believe, yeah, I mentioned it briefly at during the Wrestlers I've Met episode. Or my favorite experiences meeting wrestlers episode. That's what it was. I briefly mentioned it. It wasn't a bit of a deal as I would have liked it to be, but it was still pretty epic that I had to meet him. I was at one of his book signings in February of 2015, and it was just awesome. You know, he couldn't have been nicer for the short time that he that short time that we had with him. And he was nice enough to post for a picture, even though they told us no pictures. But people before us to take pictures, like they said, if they allow the picture, then fine. And he allowed it. It's fine, and it was cool. So Shawn Michaels is the man. Happy birthday, early birthday, Shawn Michaels, 60 years old. That is insane. I mean, I can't believe Shawn is 60. Yeah, everyone grows old, I know, but it's just wild to me. And he's still in the business today as running NXT. It's incredible. Just incredible. Actually, his birthday is on Tuesday this year. I wonder if they're going to do anything special for his birthday on NXT. Maybe we'll have to tune in and see. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching Saturday Night 5. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we shall see you next time for another edition of Saturday Night 5. Bye. Hey Doodle, play Shawn Michaels' theme song on Spotify.
Sexy Boy, Shawn Michaels WWE theme by Prince and InShot. Playing on Spotify.
Definitely not the song I wanted. Whoops. Hold on. Hey Doodle, play Sexy Boy on Spotify.
Got it. Sexy Boy by Air. Here it is on Spotify.
No, not Air. What the fuck's Air? No, what? Hey Doodle, play Shawn Michaels' theme song by WWE on Spotify.
Alright, playing Shawn Michaels on Spotify.
Oh, well, now that's it, but hold on. Damn it. Did I? Oh, I had it. Ah, fuck.